right when I was about 7 or 8 years old. My mom was our church organist, and she asked me if I wanted to take piano lessons. And right away I said yes, I'd love to. So that's how I got started. I started taking piano lessons, and then I was in the band in school in 5th grade and started playing trumpet. So in the church, again, because my mom was our church organist, and we all went to that church. When I was old enough to carry a tune on a trumpet, I started playing along with the church services, and we played hymns, and we also played choruses, we used to call them. They were just a very short song or part of another song, and that's how I learned to carry the melody and play the harmonies and do that. And then later on started playing piano in the church. I was actually in 2 different bands in college. One band I started my sophomore year. I wanted to play in a band when I got there, and I put the word out, and by the second semester of my freshman year, I was invited to play with a band called Sonrise, S-O-N-R-I-S-E, and we also did some recording, and we traveled for the school, represented the school. And the second band I played in was called His Image, and we made a record in Birmingham, Alabama, and we also traveled for the school, represented the school, and I stayed a year after I graduated and played with them until the other members of the band graduated. I get asked that question quite a bit. I really don't know. The 3 basic instruments that I play are any type of keyboard, which would be synthesizer, organ, piano, so forth, the trumpet, and also any kind of guitar, electric guitar, acoustic guitar, and ukulele, anything like that. That's also unknown, but I have documented, I'm going to guess about 120, 125, which isn't a huge amount for my age, but I don't keep everything that I write, and so sometimes it's just an idea, but probably have written about 125 songs that I completed. I usually have a concept in mind, and then I follow through with that concept, and it develops from there. I never have the whole thing imagined. I just have a good start. It's like planting a seed, and then I go from there, and before I know it, I have a whole CD, usually about an hour's worth of music. Musical influences on piano or any type of keyboard instrument, it would have to be Elton John. The way he plays piano is how I really learned how to play. And also a guy named Keith Green. The way he played piano was very rhythmic and melodic way at the same time, and I learned to play from those 2 artists. I love knowing music theory. I love knowing how anything works, and music is that way. Music theory helps me understand the building blocks for how music is formed, and understanding why intervals sound good or bad depending on the case in which they're used. And it's a funny story I always tell, it's funny to me, is we spent the first year learning music theory. You learn all the rules. You're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. The second year, we learned how to break all the rules and make music. And that kept it interesting. So I use those ideas when I write music to make it more interesting and to project the mood, so to speak, what I'm trying to portray with my music.